This is the fatherhood experience. Turn it up, cause tonight you'll learn how to leave behind the average dad life. This the fatherhood experience. It's time to lead my family and become the father figure I deserve to be. The fatherhood experience.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fatherhood Experience, where we help dads become better dads. We are your hosts, Jason Priest and Zach Smith, and we've got an exciting episode for you guys today on this beautiful Momentum Monday. We are pumped for what we've got coming for you guys today, and I'm excited to dive right in. And so, without further ado, I'm just gonna straight up ask Zach, man, what are we talking about today, dude? Because this is gonna be exciting. We got some fun times on the horizon. But we also have some deep men's work that we're doing this week. So, what do we have going on right now?
Yeah, man. So it's going to be a short, punchy episode because we are prepping for our next client retreat that's happening there in Canyon Lake, Texas. So one day, hopefully one of you guys listening could join us, man, after you join the fatherhood. It's going to be awesome, dude. But I did want to talk a little bit about what we go over in terms of the exercises at these retreats, right? Because the reality is, if you want to become a better version of you, an old piece of you needs to die off, right? You can't just have the good and the bad at the same time, because that just balances out to just an average volatile person. So when we're at these retreats, what we like to do is go over who you were and who you're going to become, and then strategize and game plan around that stuff. Now, obviously, we're not doing that exercise here where it's just you and I, but I want to start getting these guys' mind going in the right direction as to what they need to think about, what they need to sacrifice in order to become the man that they know they're capable of becoming, like we so often say. So this is the reality of everybody, right? The difference between you, me, and everybody else is our set of minimum standards. Our body is just a byproduct of the things that we do. Right? Our mentality, literally everything is just the accumulation of all the decisions and actions that we take or don't take determines what we look like, how we feel, how we think, everything of that nature. So for this particular episode, I want to talk about what it's going to take to become an elite human being. Because if you want to be elite, what does it take? It takes elite behaviors, elite habits, elite level of training, elite nutrition, elite everything. Everybody wants to be elite, but nobody wants to do the damn elite shit. It's kind of like Ronnie Coleman, you know, that old bodybuilder from back in the day who
has no knees. Yeah.
On earth, dude, genetic freak. The dude was ridiculously huge, jacked, and strong. And he said, everybody want to be a damn bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift some damn heavy weights. So it's the same exact thing with most people, because you know how people are, right? You know, one day I'm going to have that nice car. One day I'm going to get super fit. It's like, cool, man. One day. But guess what, dude? Elite people don't say one day. Elite people start today. And if you want to become the man you know you're capable of becoming, get your ass off the couch, turn this shit off right after this finishes up. Listen to the whole episode. Drop us a fucking 5-star if you actually get some value out of this, by the way, and get to work. Because the bottom line is, if you just talk about wanting things, but you never go out and do the damn thing, you will never get anything that you want in life.
I love it, dude. And I think that's a great place to start off. And you guys heard Zach, man. If you get value, I'm going to just go ahead and put my shameless plug in here, because we desperately need your help to grow the show. We are here to make an impact. We are not here to run ads. We are not here to waste your time. And we are not here to promote shit that we don't use. We're here to help you guys. And so if you get any value out of today's episode, or if you've gotten value in the past, just help us share the show. Just help us out by sharing the show. That's all you got to do. If you feel inclined to leave us a review, we read every review, and you can also put content requests in the reviews, and we read all of those so that we can circle back and give you guys even more value. That's our request for the value exchange here. And so, Zach, I agree with everything you just said. Obviously, we're very aligned on this. However, what I will say is, you talked about the standards, and our country as a whole has piss poor minimum standards. And we've gotten to a place now where if you don't raise your standards, you're going to pay the price in some form or fashion. You are going to become dependent on big pharma. You are already, if you're overweight and you're not headed in the right direction, you are already a victim of big food. You're already addicted to the shitty stuff that they put in your face. All the big food marketing ploys, like the example. Well, I'm not even going to get into the examples. This is a short, punchy episode. Bottom line, the more you can raise your standards, the less dependent you are on the machine. The less you're scrolling, the less you're sedentary, the less that you are sitting there binge watching Netflix and buying shit online. When you are fat and out of shape and don't have any desire to grow and you're not actively making changes, you are a perfect consumer for the machine. So not just about raising your standards to feel good and be the healthiest version and the most elite version of yourself, but how about not being dependent on the government, which is exactly what they want for you. They want you dependent on medications. They want you dependent on the shitty food that they feed you and addicted to their sugar and all the stuff that the food additives that they put in. They want you scrolling and purchasing, right? If you're a man, do you truly want to be controlled by the machine? Or do you want to be independent of that? Because as a man myself and as a father leading 2 young boys, I want to show them, not tell them, I want to show them what it's like to have extremely high standards so that I'm not dependent on the government.
100%, man. So guys, you are the machine, by the way. You have all just been conditioned to believe that you're just a cog in a bigger machine called the government. So the reality is, are they trying to kill us off necessarily? No, I wouldn't say that. But are they also trying to help us and cure us? Also, no. Also, no. They're just there collecting our tax money and doing whatever the hell they want with it. And you know, all that good stuff. And I won't get into all that good stuff because
they're not here to help us. That's it. Just accept the fact that the government does not have our best interest in mind, so that you can be free.
Right. This is it, dude. The bottom line is nobody's going to save you. If you're depending on the government to save your ass, you lost. And you will continue to be a loser for the rest of your damn life unless you realize and understand that you are the machine. Until you fine tweak your programming, you oil up the joints, and you get to damn work and become better, you will just end up being a cog within their machine. So this is the eye opener that we want you guys to have and understand, is that you have complete control of where you take your life. You have complete control of whether you want to be fat, whether you want to be in shape, whether you want to be rich, whether you want to be poor. Dude, it's in the Constitution that we have the right to pursue happiness, right? And what does happiness entail? Financial success, fitness, health, prosperity, family, all that good stuff.
Community.
It is within our rights to achieve those things. So why the fuck aren't you doing so? That is my question to you, dude. Now, you want to talk about how the minimum standards have been just lowered by just from year to year. I feel like we're just getting dumber as a nation, right? We're the greatest nation in the country still, and I will forever believe that. But that's only if we don't allow this dumbed down version of America to continue on the trend that it is on right now, which is what
continue on the current trend. America will never be close to what it's supposed to be. And that's a bad thing for all of us. And it starts with fucking men raising their standards.
100%. And get this, dude. So my wife's a speech pathologist, so she's very in tune with all the what's going on with child development. Also, she works with pediatrics. Now, you want to talk about how we are being dumbed down as a country? Listen to this shit. Dude. We talked about this before. When you're a kid, and I forgot the exact numbers, but I remember the 18-month ones, right? So there are certain ranges of how many words your kid should be able to express and say and understand, whether it's a different language, English, sign language, that shit all counts, right? Get this. At 18 months old, before they said that you should be able to say at least 18 to 50 words. They updated those numbers just a year ago, or maybe even less now, or less. And they said now, at 18 months, you should be able to say 2 to 5 words. What the fuck is that, dude? What is that? Why are we accepting that our kids, our future generation, are just going to be dumb? Why are we lowering the standards? Why do we have the most highest technology in the world, in the history of mankind? Why do we have the most quote unquote educated people in the world, yet we're going the dumb ass route? It makes zero sense. Like we said, the government is not here to save you, dude. All they're doing is modifying the dumb shit that they see so that it seems like they're doing a good job. Oh yeah, everybody, you're doing okay. Why? Because if you feel like you're doing okay, but you're fucking not, you're under their control. You are the cog in their machine, but you need to be the machine. Take control of your fucking life and lead you and your family where you want to be, not where they want you to go. Not buy into the programs and the belief that they want you to believe. Live your fucking life on your terms, because you only get one shot at this shit. Quit fucking around and quit listening to other people and take control of your shit. Be a man.
Boom. You know what? But here's the thing, dude. And and it's taken me a while to wake up, right? I'm 43, dude. And the last several years, you peel back the onion layers here. And we've talked about it several episodes now. There's no more trust. And so if you don't realize that raising your standards and becoming personally excellent is the only path forward, you are going to be under their control. The thing is, Zach, what you just said is they're dumbing it down so they make it look like they're doing a good job. They're doing a great job at their agenda. They're doing a great job at making more and more dumb people that are literally consuming and are part of the system. If you are part of the system, they're doing a fantastic job to line their pockets and create more separation between elite and poor. Middle class is being driven out right now, and it's up to men to save our country, raise their standards, and prevent this from happening. That's truly what's going on right now. And if you're not awake to that yet, I'm sorry, but you might want to go open up your eyes a little bit, because that's what's going on right now. The government hates us. They want you fat. They want you lazy. They want you watching porn. They want you scrolling the internet. They want you reading all the clickbait mainstream media bullshit and buying into their lies. And now what do they have? They have the perfect fucking consumer for their shit. You're fat. You're on meds. You're addicted to sugar. You're fucking scrolling, shopping all the time. You're not educating yourself. You're not purpose-driven. You're not pursuing your goals and dreams. And you're not showing your kids what it's like to pursue their goals and dreams. And now your family is just a fucking fat, obese, consuming family who is a lovely piece to their billion-dollar industries. That's it. It is what it is. So if you don't like that, it's on you to fucking wake up, step up, and be the man that you're capable of becoming.
Take the shot to the gut, guys. We all did it. Jason had to do it. I had to do it.
Yep.
Everybody has to do it. If you want growth, exactly, it hurts. Sometimes it's a punch in the face, the gut. And if you're one of those people who believe that you just are a fat family for the rest of your life and you have to rely on the government and everything, that is a punch to the wrong nuts. That is a punch to the nuts, dude. And we have people that have believed that, and we have taught them otherwise. And when they lose a lot of that weight, they're like, holy shit. You mean to tell me that I didn't have to live like this for 48 years of my life? Fuck no, you didn't. Nobody was there. Nobody cared enough to tell you that that's how it should be. That you do have the opportunity to live your life the way that you want to, because all you are is a bag of bones, dude. And you get to determine what it looks like. I very often say to our guys that we are the artist and the canvas at the same time. And based on what we do, that is going to determine what our masterpiece looks like. But are you going to be fucking masterpiece, or are you going to be a piece of shit that nobody wants? Are you going to be a chalk drawing on the floor? Are you going to be worth $1 million? It's up to you. It really is, man. It absolutely is. So to wrap this shit up, let's talk about what elite people fucking do, okay? I used to grow up, right? Look at me. I got punched in the face too when I grew up thinking that, these millionaires and these sports and athletes, they get paid too much, blah, 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 blah. And now I look back, I'm like, holy shit, dude, I'm such an idiot. I was around the wrong type of people that made me think a certain type of way. Now looking back at what it takes to be a professional athlete, because I think it's like, I forgot what the stat was. I read it like 10 years ago or something, but like 1 in 18,000 kids becomes a professional athlete. Now, just because you're a professional athlete, it doesn't mean that you're a football player, a football star, or a basketball star. Dude, you could be a professional badminton player, right? That doesn't get paid hardly, much at all. So that's still a very small chance. But what does it fucking take? If you want to be a professional by the age of, we'll say 21, you fucking worked your ass off since the age of 3. You were sleeping as well as you possibly could for 18 years of your life. You were watching your nutrition. You were training hours a day. You were making sure that you didn't give up any of your other mandatory, like your obligations when it comes to your basic education and all that other good shit. You made massive sacrifices in order to become, get to that elite level. You gave up like the drinking, you gave up the partying. And if you did so, it was very limited because you knew that the big picture required an elite level version of you. So I had to bite that bullet and be like, I'm an idiot. I massively respect these people who live their life in an extremely linear way, at least as linear as possible, to get to exactly where they are. And they massively deserve every damn penny that they ever earn because they've dedicated their life to this. Because remember, if 1 in 18,000 kids ever becomes a pro athlete, think about the 17,991 who dedicated 18 plus years of their life who never made it. They deserve what they got, because they worked very hard for it. So guys, let this be a reminder that if you want to become elite, you need to adopt the elite behaviors. And what are they? The shit we talk about all the damn time. Get your sleep, manage your stress, train, eat well, Dude, be a leader for your family, be a critical thinker, dude, and lead by example. That's literally all it takes. Now, to what degree that you're going to train and eat and all that good stuff is going to determine whether you become absolutely elite or just great or good, below average, or just absolute shit. But if you at least start doing some of these things, you could best believe you're going to at least be above average, because most of these people in America aren't doing it. They're not.
Oh, your advantage right now is at an all-time high. If you want to
100%.
rise up to the top 1%, dude. Like, literally, your personal fitness, there's no higher form of self-respect than the way that you take care of yourself. And so what you just described, going through all this elite behaviors and elite habits, is people hear elite habit and they're like, what is that? It's a habit that I've stuck to long enough to move the needle, dude. Like, I'm up here and you're down here when it comes to health and fitness, because I've been practicing these elite habits for a hell of a lot longer than you even thought about them, right? And I say that as humbly as possible, because when I hear this mentality of, well, like, he's just got good genes, fuck that shit, dude. Because I was a fat ass with the man boobs and the beer gut, and I hated looking at myself in the mirror. So when I hear he's just got good genes, no, how about I have good habits that have become elite habits because I've stuck to them so long because of how much they move the fucking needle, dude. And I think that's the silver lining where you guys don't realize is you literally can start today and start building momentum and start building on the daily habits. Fuck, LP60 is a great place to start. thefatherhoodexperience.com/LP60. If you've not laid your eyes on that yet, great place to start. For free. Grab your free copy. I believe that link is in the show notes. But the silver lining here is, guys, you've got to form a new identity. Your current version of yourself is not anywhere close to the most elite version of yourself. If you want to become the most elite version of yourself, especially when it comes to the health department, you've got to remember the goal is not to become a fucking fitness model, dude. It's to form the identity of an athlete, exactly what Zach just walked you through. When you think and perform like an athlete, you have a different set of non-negotiable priorities every day. No matter whether you become the next fucking Michael Jordan or just the dude in the church league that's fucking tearing it up like our client, fucking Raymond, dude, it doesn't matter. That's a hell of a lot better version than where you're at right now, stuck in your current identity. So start to perform like an athlete. Start to think like an athlete does. And I guarantee you that identity shift alone will realign your priorities with the things that actually matter to start moving the needle for you, right? If you want to leave the old you behind and become a new you, don't have to become a brand new person, but you're going to have to accept the fact that you need to form a new identity. Because, dude, I'll tell you this, and Zach, you know this, I'm one of the most competitive guys you'll ever meet when it comes to something that I know that I got a little bit of goodness in me. If it's bowling, I'm out. I
was going to say, except bowling.
Yeah. But if it's something that I know I've got a little bit of skill at, like I'll use my son's. We bought a brand new wooden checkerboard. I'm like, all right, so he's trying to get better so he can compete with me. And you know me, I'm never going to let him win. I told him I will smoke you every game until you can actually beat me, right? That competitive drive would not be inside me if I had not formed the identity of an athlete. If I was the old Jason with the man boobs and beer gut, I don't give a fuck if my son beats me in checkers. That's a minimum standard in my life that I will never allow my kid to win, because it's a foundational leadership principle that he needs to learn at a very young age.
100%, man. That reminds me of a saying that goes, and this is a perfect place that we could wrap this shit up, dude. There's a saying that goes, the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. So guys, my advice to you is you don't need to be an athlete, quote unquote, but train like one, dude, because if you ever want to be one, you got to adopt the behaviors of one. And in time, you will be one. You don't got to have a six pack. You don't got to be the most athletic person in the world to identify as one and adopt the behaviors that it takes to become one. Everybody can be an athlete as long as you do these things. So guys, fail fast and fail forward. Just make sure that every time you do, you get your ass back up and you keep going, because the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. And the only people who will ever criticize you are the losers who never fucking did, because they have accepted mediocrity as their ceiling. Those are losers. I remember my first bench press. I remember my first pull-up. I remember my first deadlift, dude. Nobody who is ahead of you will ever criticize you. They will always lend a helping hand to lead you up versus all the other losers who are just trying to step on your head to get their ass up artificially, dude. Fell fast, fell forward.
Boom. What a great episode, dude. What a fucking value-packed episode. If you got value today, all we ask is that you share the show with another dad in your life who could potentially move forward a little bit. Sometimes you need a gut punch. Sometimes you need a punch to the face. This is your call to rise up. Men like us don't make excuses. Fathers like us don't make excuses. Step up to the plate, start to change your identity, pursue your most elite version of yourself, and go get better this week. Today's Momentum Monday. Get out there and crush it, and we'll see you guys next week in our next episode. We're excited to come back and talk about the retreat. We're recording this on a Wednesday right now, and our retreat starts tomorrow. We've got a group of guys coming out to Canyon Lake, Texas. They are going to go home, new men, new fathers, with a brand new, fresh perspective on life. So we can't wait to share that with you guys. You guys have a fantastic and productive week, and we'll see you next week.